because this is a really good way.
What's your name and title first?
My name is Joe Madureira. I'm the CEO at Airship.
Okay.
And I'm AJ Lasaracina, the Marketing and Engagement Director.
Okay, so looking at the game so far, it looks like there's a lot of moving parts, but could you try to distill it in like a quick pitch on what this game is about, who's it for?
Sure.
Marketing spin.
Wayfinder is a character-based action online role-playing game. So it's about playing with friends. The game came from a love of online games and playing with friends, new and old, and adventuring with them. So we're really harkening back to that idea, and just getting online with buddies is kind of at the core of it, playing co-op.
Yeah, so I know this is sort of part of a genre that has like a lot of other games in it. So what's something about this game that really distinguishes it from other things in the same field?
I think one difference you'll notice right away that we've gotten asked about a lot is that you don't just pick a blank slate character and name them and pick a class or whatever. We really leaned into what makes each Wayfinder special. They each have a different backstory, different combat roles, which you can actually affect by the weapon that you equip. So we kind of tried to find that sweet spot between customization and player choice, but also like really cool characters with backstories and relationships with each other and the world.
Voice acted.
Yeah, and we can unfold over time inside and outside of the game. We hope to write, novels, comics, animated stuff, whatever. It's like we definitely are thinking about the world and the IP as like a long-term thing, not just the game.
Yeah, I understand that you worked on some relevant IPs prior to working on this project. Can you talk at all about what those are and how that sort of influenced the work that you're doing now?
Yeah, so I originally came from comics and I worked for Marvel for a lot of years, and then I did Battle Chasers, which was my creator-owned series. That also happened to be our first game at Airship.
Okay.
And then a lot of us had worked at Vigil. We founded Vigil, which did the Darksiders games, and so now we did the Ruin King RPG for League of Legends for Riot. So that was a big undertaking as well. So I think all of those things sort of helped us get to where we're at and given us the confidence to make a game of this scale, especially with Digital Extremes as our partner. They have a lot of experience with Warframe, so we're all just trying to fit all the puzzle pieces together and make this thing happen.
Yeah, I think that the big thing for Digital Extremes and things that we're trying to accomplish with this game is that we are building it alongside the community. So we're in beta now, you can sign up for beta now, and then we have early access coming in May, but we are truly treating that early access as something as a living, growing thing that our community will tell us what they like and what they don't like. And so Digital Extremes was great with that in Warframe, and that's why it's been so successful. That's why it's been loved by the community. So we hope that in 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, this game won't look like it does now because the community will help shape it. So we're really excited about that. All those betas have been awesome so far, and we've gotten some great feedback that we've changed. And
yeah, I was going to say, do you have an example of any feedback you've gotten that's already sort of influenced the process so far?
Yeah, actually, we have a lot of different examples. So we have a panel tomorrow, so there's a couple I'll go into then. But specifically, people love collecting loot, like you mentioned before. It's a collection game. They wanted some simplification there and some ease of getting stuff, so we were able to do it. There were class changes. There's things like being able to streamlining a menu. I mean, there's basic quality of life stuff, but as far as like large features, one of the big things that we are actually adding is we are doing an air dash. So people wanted a little bit more movement. They felt it was a little bit too grounded. Again, we're not crazy. We're not Warframe Space Ninjas, but I think that the community will be really, really happy about that. We haven't announced it yet, so it's breaking news.
Yeah, even with the limited numbers, like in our beta, the surveys that people fill out, and we have feature upvote. And stuff like Air Dash gets in there, and we're like, all right, I guess we got to give people what they want.
And they're like, oh man, this is cool, actually. We might as well just do this.
Yeah, my free consultation, if you're working on any game, make the run speed a little bit faster than you think it should be. That's my advice.
I'm sure we're going to. That's another one that comes up quite often. So yeah, but we are going to introduce mounts and other ways to get around fast. So hopefully that'll scratch the itch.
Okay, so you mentioned early access. Can you mention platforms or any other release plans?
So right now we're running beta on PlayStation 5, PC, so sign up for that. And then as far as like early access, we have PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC through Steam, and then we'll have additional consoles to announce later on.
Just to confirm, this is a free-to-play situation, or?
A free-to-play situation. Important to note, though, characters, weapons, the in-game content can all be earned inside the game. We don't have loot boxes. We don't have gacha systems. It's fully fair and free, just like Warframe. We've really embraced that from Digital Extremes, but it will be free everywhere later on this year.
Okay, so unrelated to the game, have you guys been to a PAX before? Is this your first time here? Okay, yes. So when you're not working, where could we find you? What would you be doing at the show if you're not here?
Oh man.
Personal opinion.
If we have time, I'll just be trolling around, seeing what's cool. I don't know, like, I have never been to PAX East, actually. I usually go to PAX Prime. That's the only one I've been to.
Okay, so you've been here for 2 hours or so, and you can't really say which one's
literally
better
just
yet,
stuck
right?
in here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up about an hour west of here, so I know the area. My favorite bar is closed. It was called Red Hat. Shout out to Red Hat. They're closed. But you asked, what would I be doing? I'd be there. But yeah, I grew up around the area, so very.
Is there a secondary bar you would go to now that one's closed?
MJ O'Malley's is super close. It's easy.
Proximity.
Proximity, yeah, but Red Hat was the place. It was like very nerdy, very cool, so no.
Yeah. I feel like when you're from Boston, all the places you actually want to go to are not near the convention center.
Yeah, the convention center is just kind of on the peninsula in the middle of nowhere. We've talked about that because they've never been here. I've been here many times. They're like, oh, we could walk here. It's like, nah, not really, actually. You're just kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, great. Well, the game looks great, guys, so thanks for taking the time to talk about it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Noisy Pixel.